Hi, everybody. It's Miss Elizondo. I just wanted to let you know that this video is for week 5 science notebook update. I know it's a little early, but we do have a 4-day week this week, and it is the last week of the 6 weeks. So I want to make sure that you have everything you need. So I'm going to switch over to my camera so that you could see my science notebook. And here I'm using 4th period science. Okay, so let's look at 4th period science. Yes, this is my science notebook. This is everything that I have for week 1, everything that I have for week 2. This is week 3. This is week 4, which was last week. And now I'm on week 5. And yes, I highlighted week 5 because it is the last week of the 6 weeks before you get your report card. Okay, so these are the vocabulary words for this week, week 5. Okay, I have special mixtures. We call them solutions. Okay, so a solution is a mixture, it's just very special. Okay, so here I have my vocabulary words for this week. So I have solution, soluble, insoluble, solubility, solute, and solvent. Okay, let's look at the first word, solution. I drew a picture of a pitcher of lemonade. Does it have 2 or more substances? Yes, it has water, lemon juice, and sugar. So it is a mixture, but it's not easily separated because I can't use my hand to separate the water from the sugar. Okay, it's more complicated than that. So it is not easily separated, and they do not keep their physical properties because now it doesn't look like simple water anymore. It looks a little cloudy with a little bits and pieces of lemon juice. Sugar makes it a little more cloudy. So yeah, the water didn't maintain its color either. So a solution is a special mixture, but it's not easily separated and they do not keep their physical properties. Okay, so if something is soluble, that means it's able to dissolve. So sugar is able to dissolve, lemon juice is able to dissolve, salt is able to dissolve, and powdered drink mix is able to dissolve. So if I'm going a little fast, make sure that you can use the pause button. You can pause the video and play it as fast or as slow as you want. Okay, so I'm going to the next word, insoluble. It's the opposite of soluble. In has it's a prefix that means not. So my definition is not able to dissolve. So a whole lemon, like if I put like 3 whole lemons in the pitcher, they're not going to dissolve, even if I stir it really fast. A whole cucumber, it's not going to dissolve as easily as sugar. Rocks, sand, metal, those things are not soluble. So we call them insoluble. Okay. The next word is solubility. If something has solubility, it has the ability to dissolve. So sugar has solubility because it does dissolve in water. Salt has solubility because it has the ability to dissolve. Lemon juice has solubility. Powdered drink mix has solubility. Okay. The next word is solute. A solute is exactly that, whatever is going to dissolve. Okay. So it's the smaller substance that dissolves. So sugar is a smaller substance. You don't put 10 pounds of sugar in a gallon of water. You put very little sugar. What happens if you put too much sugar? It's too sweet. Okay. So salt is a solute because it has the ability to dissolve and it's the smaller substance in water. Lemon juice is a solute because it's the smaller substance that dissolves. Okay, you put a little bit of lemon juice in your lemonade. You don't put like 100 freshly squeezed lemons in your lemonade. Okay, so if the solute dissolves, then the solvent is the bigger substance. That's the water. Okay, so the water, there's way more water than there is lemon juice. So that's the bigger substance where the solute dissolves. Okay, so the water allows it to do its thing, dissolve. Okay, I'm also going to turn the page because these are my vocabulary words. Now I want to differentiate between solute and solvent. So what I did is I went to the next clean page. Okay, so here are my vocabulary words. I just turn the page and I'm on a clean page. I folded this page in half and then I counted down to 12 lines. You can barely see the 12 on there. I colored that line in. Okay, then I turned my journal laying down or landscaped and I wrote the word solute on the left side, and then I wrote the word solvent on the right side. This little foldable is for you to understand the difference between the two, because we don't really use these words very often in our English language. So you don't tell your dad, Dad, can you please pass the solute? Or can you please put more solute in the lemonade? Okay. I think we need to add more solvent. We don't use that vocabulary, so we need to know the difference between the two in science. So I wrote solute here and I put a lot of polka dots to remind me that's like powder or salt or like sugar. On this side, I wrote solvent like liquid, like water, and with a lot of drops around it, because that's going to tell me that that's water. Okay. So if I open up solute, I'm going to write examples of solutes. Okay, things that dissolve. Okay, so I'm going to write sugar is a solute because has the ability to dissolve or has solubility. Salt is a solute because it can dissolve. Lemon juice is a solute. Food coloring is a solute. Honey is a solute because it dissolves and it's a smaller substance. You don't put the whole bottle of honey in your tea. No, you just put like a teaspoon of honey and it sweetens your tea. It also helps your throat. But here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 examples of solutes. Okay. Inside the next door, which says solvent, that's really easy because that's just the water. Okay. That's just the water. So I can put my waves of water, or H2O. That's going to be an example of the solvent. Okay, so once I have examples, I'm going to kind of like what I did with water, I'm going to draw an example of sugar. So I'm going to take the orange marker, maybe the black marker, and the yellow marker, open them up together, and make like little dots to signify that that is powder, that is sugar, that is salt. Okay, and that is the smaller substance. I'm going to put these back. Okay. And of course, I have water on the other side as an example of a solvent. I'm just going to divide my foldable so when the doors are open, I can still see the difference between the two. When I close the doors, I can see the difference between the two. Okay. And then you have a space up here. Okay. That is going to be for Wednesday, but let me just give you a sneak peek as to what it is. Okay. So I'm going to write the word soluble. Okay. But I'm going to make sure that I keep my spaces here. Okay. So I have S O L U A. Wait, soluble. Not A, B. Okay. And then I'm going to write insoluble. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut in. So if I cut in, I'm left with soluble. But then I'm going to cut sol, and that's from solution. So I fold that down, and you have ubel. Okay, that means full of. So you're full of sol, that means you're full of solubility. But then if you add the prefix in, you're not full of solubility. Okay, and this is how science works. You need to dissect, like you do a frog or a worm. We dissect words so that you can see the definition within the word. Have a lot of solubility or not. Okay, so let's go over what is for week 4. You have the vocabulary words, the 6 of them. You turn the page and you should have solute and solvent. Inside, you should have examples of solutes. Inside, you should have an example of a solvent. And then you have the word insoluble. But when I dissect it or cut it in prefix, another piece, and the last piece. So I can see the meaning of the word insoluble, okay, which means not. So this is for week 5, okay? And then look out for my next video for week 5's science lab. I hope this helps. Thank you.